So that's how he talks it to the man, or how he gets over. That's his little hustle or whatever, his thing that he does. Even though right now he's really not stealing much content, because he's subscribed to HBO and Showtime and all that. He has Netflix. He has pretty much everything except for Hulu. Got Amazon Prime. So he watches one show on Hulu. And then there's Star Trek Discovery, which is on its own thing, CBS like internet or whatever, and you have to sign up for that to get that. So those are the only two shows that he watches that he doesn't. Because whether you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, if you have Showtime or HBO and there's a movie or something that's on there, or a program like say like Ray Donovan or Game of Thrones, and if you were to download that or stream that, technically that's not piracy, as long as you don't sell it or and disperse it or distribute it to anyone or whatever.
Right.
It's not, because you're actually paying for that, but they are restrictive in how you can access it or whatever. And if you access it this other kind of way, you've already paid for the right to watch it, so you're really not. But there was a time, I won't lie, there was a time when DR was not, paying for like Showtime and HBO. As a matter of fact, I'd say pretty much every season of Game of Thrones he's pirated.
See, I'm not anti that, actually, if I'm really being honest. My issue always has been, like, first of all, I'm just not as tech savvy and don't have the time and patience to do it.
Right.
So that's why I don't have that stuff. And then, like, I've bought bootlegs in the past, but they're always terrible. So, but if I go to somebody's house, like, when I saw Wonder Woman, it was from somebody had ripped offline. I was so glad. I'm like, oh, good, I've been wanting to see this movie. Finally, I got to see it. So I'm not anti that, but I just don't do that. But I have taken advantage of the situations when I'm online where I use an extension on my Chrome when I'm using Chrome as my engine. I use an extension that allows me to go to European or other websites where I can view things that I can't watch here, like either television programs that come out of the UK that only streamed on UK internet. So I'm able to get that for free, basically. Or also Netflix has different movies and TV shows on their Ireland and UK ones and like South African ones than they have here in America.
Right.
And even some American shows that aren't available on Netflix here is available unedited,
right,
like in other countries.
Right. Just like we were just talking about the George R.R. Martin show that's coming out on Sci-Fi. I believe it's a Sci-Fi Netflix co-production thing, and everywhere outside of here in the U.S., Sci-Fi has first run rights, but every place outside of the U.S. is on Netflix.
Wow.
There was a show. It was a gay themed show. I guess I'll say it was a gay show. Let's just call it that. So it was on Logo, but it aired first in Britain.
Right.
What show?
It was called Banana.
Oh, no, I don't know.
So I used to watch Banana. I watched Banana before it aired in the States.
Okay.
And when the build up to it, I knew the whole storyline and yada yada, and I knew I knew my friends who was going to be into it, who was not going to be into it, because I'd already seen it, because I'd watched it through this program, and it's called Ola, actually, and that's one of my hacks of like trying to get around, because I'm like, I don't understand why content has to have these little things. These things like you people are allowed to watch it, but you people aren't allowed to watch it.
Right.
And this country's allowed to watch it. I mean, unless it's a thing about the law of that country, I don't understand why they can watch RuPaul unedited, like unaired, like no, they don't bleep out shit and stuff. But they have to for me here.
Right.
I ain't got no kids. And I can take it.
Right.
If you
I'm
say
ready.
shit, I can handle it.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Right.
So stuff like that. So that's mine.
Okay.
It just built off yours. That's the only thing I can really think of.
So Dejan, maybe you don't, but do you have a friend, Quotey Fingers, that told you some things that she does, how she beats the system? Swim? Someone who isn't you?
What you got?
Come on now.
I don't want to say it.
All right, I got no. I'll tell you another one that's more revealing. Just to warm you up. All right, this is truth. So I was once diagnosed with a problem that allowed me to have a disability card, and this allowed me to get on the bus and the train. And the disability card monthly pass currently is $20 a month.
Right.
and a regular one is $100.
Oh, hell no.
That's quite a big difference.
Big difference, yeah.
So I'm still able to use that to get that discount. And that saves me quite a large sum of money.
Right.
And I don't honestly know if there are a lot of people worse off than me. I don't take a disability seat, but I do take a discount.
So, like, okay, there's this guy. He told about this one thing he did or whatever. Him and a bunch of his friends, they got high, and then they went to a this is somebody else. I heard this like on the radio. They got high, and they went to the McDonald's drive-thru, and they said, "Order, please." We said, we just want a cup of water. They're like, "Oh, okay, just go ahead." So they scrolled up and it's like, and it was time to pay, and then it was like, "Oh no, we just came to get a cup of water." And it's like, "Oh, okay, just move up to the next window." So when they got to the window where they give you the food, they gave them the food of the people behind them.
Oh wow!
And so they just drove off, and they had all this free food.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, and the thing about it probably messed because of the domino effect. It probably messed up orders for like no telling how many orders that messed up.
Well, the next person would have caught it, but then they had to complete their order again.
Right.
Everybody else had to wait.
Yeah, exactly. But still, but yeah, that's what and they said they would do that like every once in a while. And then I heard someone else say that if you go to Chick-fil-A and be like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet," or "I don't have enough money," they'll say, "Oh, that's okay, just get us next time."
Wow.
Yeah, somebody said that. Somebody said they do that like every so often. They go to Chick-fil-A and do that.
Not on Sundays because they closed.
They ain't feeling that nice. Okay, well, I had a friend of mine tell me once that when he hit
Get the pronoun straight, girl.
Boy, she is so uncomfortable right now. She over here sweating. She act like she being interrogated.
It's not me though.
Okay,
it's not me. It's my friend. When
we believe
he says that when he gets jury summons in the mail, he just throws them in the trash. And that they never know because they can't prove that you even got it in the mail. So then you never have to do jury duty ever.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yep. So that's what my friend told me.
Yeah, but I would tell your friend that they should probably do it because
he probably won't.
Especially if he's a minority.
Sorry. Yeah, because we
need the representation.
Yes, exactly, for real.
And we complain about not being represented, but then we don't never want to show up.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my friend got the good hack.
You ever serve on a jury?
Yes, I have.
You ever serve on a jury?
No, I've never been summoned.
All right.
What's it like, Dino?
I tell you what, man, I was like, it's a little scary. I would never want to be on trial. I tell you that. I would not want to be on trial. Just like looking at the trial and looking at and hearing both sides and whatever, and sitting in the same room with these other people and what they got out of it versus what I got out of it and the conclusions that shit is scary.
No, you're right.
It's scary.
Yeah.
You're right.
It is scary.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I hope I never get arrested and go to court for anything.
Well, it depends on where you are too, because politics plays a big part of stuff too. Because like something like with a jury in Chicago is going to be different than a jury in Montgomery.
Yeah,
that's true.
Same thing, exact same circumstances.
Different state,
different city.
So yeah, it's
a jury down in South LA going to be different than a jury in West Hollywood.
Ooh, yes.
But okay. So that's all you got? You don't have any other friends telling you any other stuff? Any other good stuff? No?
No. No, my friend's keeping all the other hacks to himself.
It's getting close to tax time and stuff,
Oh, I got a hack for people that are out there in the world that.
Well, actually, it's tax time for me right now.
Well, I was going to say this is a hack for that people actually can really use if you're on a cruise ship.
Okay,
this is something I learned when I was in the industry. If you have Apple Message, the Messenger app on the Apple phone, I have a Samsung, so it doesn't work for me. The iMessenger, whatever. So they have Wi-Fi on the ships, right? It's really expensive. But if you sign on to the Wi-Fi and then go on your iMessenger and then you log off the Wi-Fi, your iMessenger still work.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
You can text from that seat.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, here's a hack for people who have smartphones but they broke and they phone gets disconnected often. I learned this from a friend of mine whose phone is always out of order. What he does is, even though his phone has no service, he can still get onto the Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
And when he gets on the Wi-Fi, he can use Facebook Messenger and Facebook, and he can still communicate with people with his phone, even though it's off.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's what I was doing on my phone again when I was on the cruise ship, because I can't use it as a phone when I'm in Bermuda, but I can go on Facebook.
So, yeah. You know what's weird? Like, there's times when I have a poor signal and nothing on my phone works except Facebook. A lot of times, like, I can't get my phone to do shit except go on Facebook. It won't tweet. It won't snap a chat. It won't Instagram. But that motherfucker will Facebook all day and all night long without a problem. What the fuck is Mark Zuckerberg doing over there?
I don't know.
And how can I be down? Because if they can get the rest of this shit like that,
he could turn
the rest of the internet, that would be on and cracking.
He could turn down 23 billions.
Oh, yeah.
He knows something I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny. When it first came out, I remember when only college kids did it, and you had to have a college address to get on it. And then when it became available for everybody, and then my friend Lottie, she was one of the first people I knew that was on it, and she wanted me on it. I'm like, I ain't no motherfucking college kid. Like, what am I going to do? That's no. And then she wore me down. I'm like, all right. So I was on it, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. And then all of a sudden, when you start connecting with people from the past, I had done MySpace and stuff like that, and I thought that was cool, connecting with people from the past. But you was also connecting with, like, strangers, too, and things like that. But this was more like, people you know from different parts of your life and all different parts of the world. And so I was like, this is really cool. Then all of a sudden, like, older people started getting on it, and, like, I'm middle-aged. So, I mean, when I say older people, I mean old people.
Yes. My dad is on Facebook, and he'll be 80 this year.
So I'm like...
What do he post?
I don't know, because I'm not his friend.
Shit, damn.
See, my best friend asked me when I got on, like, about my post when my mom joined. Well, what about your mom reading that? I'm like, she got on my shit.
Hello?
Like, I ain't changing my house because of you came in.
I'm like, I need a safe space. I need a place where I could, because, like, I have to be respectful of my dad. I'm respectful of my dad still, whatever. But I need a place where I could be me and let it all hang out. So he's not allowed to be my Facebook friend. And then, he follows me from afar, like some of these followers, people I don't know. He follows me, and whenever I post something public, he sees it. But then if I post stuff to my friends, then he doesn't see that. So.
Well, I don't think my mom wants to see my posts anyway. I think she thinks they trashy, and it's cool. No, because to her, it's a matter of taste. It's just like it ain't her taste.
Right. Yeah.
So she'd rather not see it. I'm like, that's cool. I get it. Yeah. But I got here first, so I'm gonna keep posting it.
That's
true.
I
don't get down like that. He asked about this show too a long time ago. He's still waiting.
My mom only wants to see pictures.
Find it if you can. Find it if you can.
Right. My Facebook, my whole family has Facebook except for my dad. So everybody in my family has Facebook except for my dad. But my uncles and my
dad's
cousins,
too young not to.
Right.
He's young. I don't know why he ain't on Facebook.
I know why he ain't got on Facebook.
Why? You don't want women to find him?
Exactly.
You don't want women to find him?
He don't want to be found. He ain't trying to be found. He listened to the show, Daddy. You ain't trying to be found. I found you, though. Or you found me. But my uncles and my cousins, they will go back and tell my dad what I post about on Facebook. And then my dad will be at dinner and he'll be like, so I heard what you... my brother told me.
So you was in a basket, huh?
Right. He'll be like, so you was out penthouse party, huh? Swinging some shit, huh? I'll be like, Dad.
That's funny.
I don't feel like I'm that personal.
That's funny.
Mine's mostly jokes and I was here.
I'm mostly jokes and promoting the show and stuff, but sometimes I do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get personal and sometimes I vent.
Yeah.
You know?
Rarely.
It's
But
really mostly all about
rarely
my
for me, too.
pictures. Like one time I had my mom call me about a picture I posted before, and she was like, "Okay, you're getting close to the line." You know, I was like, "Okay, mom, I ain't gonna cross it though."
I've had real life personal dramas I keep out of public spaces.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
sometimes I